Hello, Justin. It's Tuesday, October 29th. I was going to talk about television today, but something happened on my way to Blissful Entertainment that changed my plans, and I wanted to share it with you. Earlier today, YouTuber John Green posted a video titled Perspective. I'll link it here and also down below in the description. Justin, I know you probably don't know who John Green is. That's okay. John and his brother Hank are a big deal on YouTube. Long story short, his video is about where he was in life about 12 years ago. Because John and I are about the same age, it promptly got me to thinking about where I was about 12 years ago. My wonderful wife and I had been married for 6 months at the time, living in an apartment in Portland. I was working at my very first job out of college. At the time, my wife was in graduate school working on her Master's of Arts in Teaching, and we were actually getting ready to buy our first house. I seemed to have a job that was pretty stable, and she was on her way to a career in education. We were happy at the time, newlywed couple and all that, but we didn't have very many friends. In early 2002, we bought our very first house, which is a big deal to us. In retrospect, 12 years ago, for me, it was a calm of blissful ignorance before the disaster. Of course, I didn't know it at the time, but I was looking down the barrel of a massive layoff in May of 2002. The result of this, of course, you know, Justin, is that I spent 2 years unemployed. It became a rather challenging point in my life and in my career. We made the decision early on not to chase jobs around the country. We were going to stay here in Oregon, and I made the decision not to bail on engineering as a career. The high-tech job market in 2002 and 2003 was very, very challenging here. In fact, it was challenging across this country and pretty much throughout the entire world. The best part of it was my wife. She supported me through thick and thin, mostly thick bills and thin bank statements. I don't know if you remember this, Justin, but it was about 15 months after I was laid off, I made the decision to go back to school. I was finding it very difficult to market myself to find a new job. And I came to the conclusion that graduate school was going to be the easiest way to get back into the workforce. Going back to school did two things for me. It refocused my career and it imbued me with a greater sense of self-worth. Interestingly, right after I returned to classes, I was actually offered a full-time position. So it was a very quick transition from, in 2004, me expecting to be a full-time student for something on the order of 2 years, I was a full-time employee and a part-time student, and then things got really busy for a while. One interesting result of landing that job in 2004 was that I ended up striking up a friendship with one of my coworkers. And then he introduced us to some of his friends, and we all became friends, and pretty quick we have a very large group of friends. In the end, that turn of events truly changed my life, and really for the better. In John's video, he talks about a Jimmy Stewart movie titled Harvey that was recommended to him by a superior during his challenges. I haven't seen Harvey, but it's on my list of movies to watch now. During my challenges, I didn't really have a movie, a book, a TV show that was a hinge point for me. What I was very fortunate to have was my family. Both my wife and my parents were very, very supportive. Sometimes we go through extraordinary challenges in life so that we can come out the other side better prepared for the trials ahead. Kind of like hardened, tempered steel. I learned to be patient but persistent. I learned to be resilient yet flexible. I learned to take criticism and yet also have confidence in myself. I learned to accept advice when I needed it, but not to rely on it when I didn't. Justin, I know you've faced some great challenges over the past 12 years, and thankfully one of those is about to come to an end. So to Justin and anybody else who happens to be watching, where were you 12 years ago? What were you doing? What were the challenges that you faced? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, good luck, Godspeed. See you next time.